Happy Friday, YouTube. I was thinking today, when I was back in high school, my parents' advice to me was just because somebody goes to college does not guarantee that they'll make a lot of money in their career. It doesn't guarantee it. And, coming from my parents' perspective, my dad made it to 4th grade. My mom made it 3rd, 4th grade. Their education wasn't really high, but they were business owners. They had their own restaurant. And their advice was always to own my own business, to be my own man. Regardless if I'm selling oranges on the corner of the street or I own my own taco shop, that was a lot better at making money than just going to college and going that route. And today, as I am a father myself of 4 children, I instill the same mentality in my kids. I understand that everybody's not cut out to be a business owner, that not everybody's cut out to be a sales professional. So I've gone ahead and set my children up with a college fund, a nice universal life policy with some good cash benefits. But I still put in my kids' mind to be their own person, to have their own business, regardless of what their passion is. If they like music, go after it, whatever it is. And if you're sitting there in high school right now, and maybe you're about to graduate this year and you're thinking to yourself, man, what am I going to do with my life? Consider insurance sales, final expense virtual sales, as an opportunity for you to make a lot of money selling insurance virtually from regardless of where you live. And let me explain to you why. When you take a look at some of the professions that are out there, for example, a lawyer, in the state of California, the average salary for a lawyer is about $140,000 a year, with about 7 years of education. Think about that, 7 years of education. And if your daddy and mommy didn't pay for your college, chances are when you get out of those 7 years, you're gonna have some education debt to pay back. One. Let's take a look at a doctor. Not a brain surgeon, just a regular doctor. Their average income is about $150,000 a year. And how much schooling? 7 to 10 years of schooling before they can start becoming doctors. And that doesn't include, again, the debt needed, the costs associated with that education. Once again, unless your daddy and mommy are paying for it. Or let's look at an engineer. An engineer is averaging about, in the state of California, about $114,000 a year, about 4 years of education. And again, think of the costs associated with that education, especially if you're going to a good school. It costs money, it takes time, and you need a lot of dedication to make it. And that's average. Granted, I know lawyers that make millions. I know doctors that make millions. But we're talking about average. Think of that. On the other hand, for example, in my case, I had 0 college when I started my career selling burial insurance. But I was a hard worker. I listened to my mentor, and he showed me the business from the ground up. And my first year, I grossed $113,000 selling burial insurance door to door. My second year, $200,000 plus. My third year, over $300,000 selling burial insurance door to door. Not to mention the lifetime residual component from insurance renewals that I also earned. Barely graduated high school, but I understood that if I built a business, in this case selling insurance, I would be able to make that high income that I wanted to make in my early 20s. So, once again, if you're watching this and you're sitting there in your class in high school, maybe you talk to your counselor. Talk to your counselor about the insurance industry. Give me a call. And I'll love to show you what I do. Not only that, but also I'll help you get licensed. And as long as you're 18 years old, you got a clean background, then I can help you get your insurance license in the state that you live in. And as long as you're humble, coachable, and eager to apply what we show you, you can make 6 figures your first year working with my agency. If you sell 1 a day, that puts you over $100,000 a year. If you sell 2 a day, that puts you over $200,000. And if you sell 3 a day, Monday through Friday, that puts you over $300,000 out the gates your first year. Think about that. The financial sector is $1 trillion industry. And a lot of you youngsters need to take a look at it if you don't want to go to college. So, with that said, once again, if you want me to talk to your parents, I'd be more than happy to talk to your mom and dad. I'd be more than happy to show them what I did in my early 20s. And here we are 15 years later in the same business, selling the same product. And I've helped countless people over the years make 6 figures plus a year. I've helped over 7 people make over $1 million in earnings selling one simple product that everybody needs. And that is a simple burial policy. And if you ask any financial advisor if having a funeral policy as step 1 in their protection, they will all agree that that is a step 1 in protecting their family. So guys, with that said, you guys enjoy your weekend. My contact information is here in the bottom section. Please feel free to call me, and I'd be more than happy to answer any question you have and show you what I do on a daily basis. So you guys enjoy your weekend, and talk to you later. Bye.